This is John with Magnus, and what we're going to do today is we're going to make one of my art pieces, which I call an IMP, a little baby demon. Basically, we're going to take 2 pieces of stock. We're going to make a square knot out of iron, which is very tricky. I'll show you a little bit of tricks on how I do that. Then it's going to come down, it's going to taper. This part here is going to get welded to make the V part, or a little spike, and the other 2 from the square knot is going to come up and make the eyes. Have fun watching. As you can see here, this is copper, and I always try to make some of the art pieces that I can out of copper first, so you can get an idea of what to do when the iron is red hot. So basically, this is what I want to have at the end. So the 2 pieces that I want to make out of iron first are going to look like that. One piece is going to be bent up and around, and the other one's going to be shaped more like almost like a cotter pin. And then whenever these 2 go, it's going to make our square knot. Kind of takes all the fun out of it. It's like magic. As soon as you figure it out, it doesn't seem that impressive, but it's still very hard and tricky to make it out of iron.
Alright, well, all the close-up shots that I did, you can give you a better idea. I want to shoot back a little further now so you can see. As you can tell, the sparks flying now. That means that it's ready to start welding. So let's weld those 2 end pieces together.
There you go. As you can see, those 2 pieces of welded together, forming it down, make my little spike that I wanted. And I'm probably going to go back and add some detail to it, but yeah. Alright, what we're going to do now is we're heating up what's going to be the eyes. So we're going to start beating this out flat. And we're going to keep doing that for a while. We're going to beat these beat it out flat, because what we're going to end up doing is beating this out flat, and then what we're going to do is come back and then cut a slit, wrap it down for the eye so it has an eyebrow, and the same done here. We'll flatten this out, slit it, and then bend the back end of it to make eyebrows. Yes, the technique someone pointed out that I use for hammering is a lot of wasted energy and a bad technique and form, which they are correct. A lot of blacksmiths, they teach you to basically choke up on the handle. pretty much here. They usually use a little bit heavier hammer than I actually use here, and you use more of your body. And you come straight up and you come straight down. That is a technique that a lot of trained blacksmiths use. I use this also as a workout for me, and so I grab further back on the handle, use a little bit lighter. I don't know what size this one is, but it's what feels good to me. And when I get more tired, I will choke up on it and use more of my body and shoulders to do the hammering. But I don't know, everyone's different. As you can see here, everything's still not very symmetric. Don't worry about that. Continue beating everything out to where, you know, any major moving that you're still doing, can do that before you start tweaking everything to make it more symmetric. Because you can move it right to where you want it, bring it back out of the fire, beat it a couple of times, and then it's back off again, and you'll spend a lot of time, wasted time, trying to keep everything straight. So for right now, don't worry about it as long as it's in the general area that you want it, your final product to be, and just continue beating everything out. And what we're going to start doing soon is see how we're flattening these out. And we're going to slit them in a second and then fold it. I'm using this fill rod to show you how it's going to be hanging. As you can tell, it's still not exactly straight where I want it. So what we're going to do is move it around, some tweaking a little bit more. I've already made the cuts for the eyes, as you can see. We're going to be folding those over. Ow, that's pretty hot. We'll be folding those over in a second, and but it's almost symmetric, straight. We'll get there.
All right. What we're going to do now is we're going to fold over the
One of the parts that we've yeah, make sure I did it right. We're going to take a piece here, it's nice and hot, we can bend it. Probably a good idea to wear some gloves because the flakes does land on your hands. We're just going to keep folding it over. I'm going to readjust that. I'm just going to keep folding that over. That's how we get our eye. Like so. I'll do the next one a little bit closer so you can see it. But as you can tell, we'll probably flare this up in a second. Like that, to make them look a little meaner. But yeah. So I'm going to do this one a little closer for you. Hope I won't burn myself by doing so. Let's see if I can keep this in the camera shot. Not looking as perfect as the other one. Trying to hold it for this camera, kind of. Nope, I'm gonna have to reheat that a little bit. Oop. But yeah, I'm gonna have to reheat that because they're just off, it's just a hair off from the other eye. So I'm gonna heat this back up and try to straighten it back out. It's getting there. Alright, here we go, we're back at it. Fold this eye. Oops, sorry, I keep getting out of camera shot. But not perfect, but I'll play around with the anvil a little bit, get them straightened out. But I don't know, look pretty good to me. Let's make the little eyebrow a little bit angrier. Looks angry now? Good. Well, I'm basically all done with my little imp here. I heat it back up a little bit, and what we're going to do is basically hit the wire brush, brush them off real good. Like so, make them look all pretty. But there you go. I wish I should have worn a white shirt so you can see it. But this is my imp. I've done a couple of these in a series of different artwork pieces that I've made. Basically came down, made like a tongue or a beard. This is his basically nose and mouth, and his eyes and eyebrows. And I call them the imps because they look like little baby demons. At least when they're in the fire, when they pop out and these little eyes come out red and everything else is still kind of black, it kind of freaky looking. But when I get done painting it, I'll show you another picture of it, but it looks pretty cool. I like these series, and they only take about an hour and a half to make. Dealing with, you know, cold wrought iron is a lot easier to work with. It moves pretty fast, heats up really quick. So it's fun to work with to make ornamental pieces. Just for a quick note, when you invest money into an anvil, take good care of it. Just like a sports car, you put good oil in it and you keep it clean. Same way with an anvil. When you're done with it the day, you know, brush it all off. And I use just a little bit of oil, and you oil it down. And if you do so, it will last you your lifetime, your kids' lifetime, and maybe your grandchildren's lifetime.